What if the cutting edge of modern science and was actually ancient wisdom in disguise? Welcome to Quantum Faith, where we're about to shatter your perception of reality. Today, we're diving deep into the mind-bending world of quantum physics and its startling connections to Orthodox Christian mysticism. Buckle up, because this journey will challenge everything you thought you knew about science, faith, and the nature of reality itself. Let's start with one of the most fundamental principles of quantum mechanics: wave-particle duality. In the quantum world, particles can behave as waves and waves can behave as particles. This seems to defy our everyday logic, right? But here's where it gets interesting. Orthodox mystics have long spoken of the dual nature of Christ, fully God and fully human. They describe this as a paradox that transcends human understanding. Sound familiar? Now let's look at the famous double-slit experiment. When we observe particles passing through slits, they behave differently than when we're not observing them. It's as if the act of observation itself changes reality. Orthodox mystics have a strikingly similar concept. They speak of theoria, or contemplation, as a transformative act. By observing the divine, they say we participate in it and are changed by it. Just as in quantum physics, the observer and the observed are intimately connected. But wait, it gets even stranger. Quantum entanglement suggests that particles can be connected instantaneously across vast distances. Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. Now consider the Orthodox practice of prayer. Mystics claim that through prayer they can connect instantly with the divine, transcending space and time. They even speak of a mystical connection between all believers. Coincidence? Or is there something deeper going on? Let's go further. The quantum field theory describes reality as a series of interacting fields that permeate all of space. Particles are just excitations in these fields. Now listen to how 14th century mystic Gregory Palamas described God's presence in the world. God is not in heaven only, but everywhere. He is everywhere and also beyond everywhere. Palamas spoke of divine energies permeating all of creation, distinct from God's essence yet inseparable from it. It's a concept that bears an uncanny resemblance to our modern understanding of quantum fields. So what are we to make of these parallels? Are they mere coincidences? Or could it be that quantum physicists and Orthodox mystics are describing the same underlying reality, just using different languages? Some of the founders of quantum theory, like Werner Heisenberg, were deeply interested in Eastern mysticism, but the potential influence of Orthodox Christian thought on their work remains largely unexplored. This leaves us with some profound questions. Could ancient spiritual practices offer insights into quantum phenomena? Might the study of Orthodox mysticism provide new avenues for scientific inquiry? And perhaps most importantly, what do these connections tell us about the nature of reality itself? Let's continue with one of the most profound concepts in quantum physics, the quantum vacuum. Far from being empty, the vacuum is a seething sea of virtual particles popping in and out of existence in the blink of an eye. Now consider the Orthodox concept of uncreated light. Mystics like St. Gregory Palamas spoke of experiencing a divine light, not a physical light, but a spiritual radiance that permeates all of creation. Could these concepts be connected? Just as the quantum vacuum is a source of potential energy and virtual particles, could the uncreated light be a kind of spiritual quantum field from which divine energies emerge? But here's where it gets even more mind-bending. Some physicists propose that consciousness itself might be a quantum phenomenon. Now let's consider the Orthodox concept of theosis, the process of becoming like God. Theosis involves a radical transformation of the human person, a participation in divine nature. Could this process be related to a quantum evolution of consciousness? Are mystics unknowingly altering their quantum consciousness field through spiritual practices? Consider this. Quantum entanglement suggests that once two particles interact, they remain connected regardless of distance. Similarly, Orthodox mystics speak of achieving union with God, a connection that transcends physical limitations. Are they describing a spiritual form of quantum entanglement? Now let's talk about quantum leaps. In quantum physics, electrons can jump from one energy state to another without passing through intermediate states. It's a discontinuous all-or-nothing change. Intriguingly, many mystics throughout history have described sudden, transformative spiritual experiences. St. Paul's conversion on the road to Damascus, or the sudden enlightenment experiences in Zen Buddhism, could these be spiritual quantum leaps? But here's a question that will really make your head spin. What if the mathematical formalism of quantum field theory could be applied to spiritual experiences? Imagine equations that could describe the probability of a mystical encounter or the strength of one's connection to the divine. Is it possible that the wave function in quantum mechanics, which describes the probability of finding a particle in a certain state, could have a spiritual counterpart? Could there be a soul function that describes the potential states of our spiritual being? As the great physicist Niels Bohr once said, "If quantum mechanics hasn't profoundly shocked you, you haven't understood it yet." The same might be said of the depths of mystical theology. If you're ready to explore the bleeding edge where science meets spirituality, then make sure you're subscribed to Quantum Faith. We're just getting started on this mind-bending journey in which we will unravel the greatest mysteries of existence.